All right, good evening. We are here for the first set of the playoffs that's been played so far. This is Division A. The one seed coming out of one of the groups is Sitaux and Kougri, playing against Mr&Mrs., that is Ted and Hannah, the two seed out of the other group in Division A. So format here, this will be a best of three. First map, Arabia. Second map chosen by loser of Game 1. Third map chosen by the winner of Game 1 if it comes to it. And tonight, I am not casting solo for once. I am joined by HeuristicMagic, my teammate, and for better or worse, my cousin. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see what we get into here. This is very interesting with a formidable opponent of Sitaux. So we'll have to see how this goes.
Formidable is an understatement. So you're to 5 seconds, right?
I actually hit play.
All right, pause at what time you at?
154.
154. You want to just here, I'll let it play. I'll tell you when I get close. I'll have you unpause it then.
Sounds good.
So I'll go through, gonna look at some of the maps here. Well, let's start with the teams in the Civ. So we've got with Team Sitaux and Kougri, they went with a very original name. Red and blue, Sitaux in the red here playing as the Ethiopians. And we've got Kougri here as the Lithuanians up against Hannah and Ted. Hannah as the archer player playing Mayans. Ted here in the yellow playing as the Huns. What do you think about this matchup, Connor?
I think Mayans against Ethiopians, those are two very strong archer civs. I think Mayans might have a slight edge, mainly in eco bonuses, but in cheaper archers. But the Ethiopians, obviously, with the death ball, faster firing archers. Huns Lith, I think it comes down to play style between those two. I mean, Lith with the relics, if you don't keep an eye on that, that can be extremely scary. Comes to the Huns play style, I personally, and I believe, if I know you well enough, also with the house walling, kind of difficult with the Huns not being able to build houses. So, but we'll see how Ted manages it here.
I'm at a minute 54, by the way. So where'd you say you were?
Okay, 154. So I just hit play. So we should be good.
We are rolling. Yeah, so, I mean, the last thing you mentioned there, Huns being a bit vulnerable during the early game, especially going to be the case here. We got Ted on the same side as Sitaux. So Sitaux, I'm sure, is going to have amazing production. So for folks who don't know, Sitaux is a 2.4k plus player. I think currently ranked 4th on the ranked ladder. Teamed up with Kougri here, who I believe is 14k, maybe up to 15k now. And Hannah and Ted, I think Hannah's, I want to say 12k, maybe 13k, and Ted between 18 and 19k. He's gotten close to that 2k mark, but I don't think he's broken it quite yet. So definitely a significant elo gap in favor of Sitaux and Kougri here.
Yep.
Maps. Talk about maps. So let's start with Hannah. What do you think?
Two wood lines that are more or less forward and back in terms of relation to the opposing Kougria. Is that how do you pronounce that?
I'm just going with Kougri. I have no idea if that's correct.
Kougri. Okay. Well, we'll roll with it. Not bad with the back gold, especially as the archer player. That's always a very relieving sight. Berries also towards the back, so those key resources will be nice. Just got to get a nice wall across the middle and then the edges. I like this map a lot. In terms of head, forward gold as the cav. I mean, he's not up against archers in this situation, which at this point he doesn't know about. Maybe he does. Let's take a look. Not quite.
Not yet.
Does
have actually, there is a secondary gold in the back, which is handy.
Yeah, that is nice. In terms of walling, not too bad. Kind of similar to Hannah's, although hers is a little more, I don't know, easy in the front because it's just kind of one straight line.
She's already getting to work on that.
So I had to pick. I'd say actually Sitau's base would be my least favorite. his third wood line, kind of his closest. Well, not the closest, but one of his third wood lines is very far away. 3 back wood lines, but that does not help with the walling. His entire front is wide open.
Yeah, this is a horrific map. The gold is front and on a hill. Barry's front and on a hill. Not a single wood line to the front. He's just got 3 back wood lines there. That's horrific. I honestly might have considered a restart if this was, a game we.
If you weren't ranked 4th in the world, perhaps.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then what about Kougri's map?
Kougri's is, I wouldn't say as good, or not necessarily as good, but I wouldn't prefer it to Hannah or Ted's. I like the option of the back gold and the back berries for both Hannah and Ted. He has a forward gold. If he doesn't wall in front of that, which is a little more ambitious, can be vulnerable to the archers, but berries are pretty safe. Looks like especially the way he's walling with the houses. Wood lines, looks like he's walling in that entire wood line, so that'll be nice to not have that raided at all by archers, assuming there's no holes or they don't get in his base. So not as good or much better than his teammates, but I wouldn't prefer it to Ted or Hannah's.
Worth noting, we got a few of our players already on the way up. Ted going for 20 pop scouts build, Kougri going for 21 pop scouts build, and then we got Sitaux here going 21 pop Ethiopians looking like straight archers. You think this is going to be 1 range blacksmith, or you think this is going to be 2 range?
Let's see, 21 pop. Barracks is up too late for Drush or Men-at-Arms. I'm assuming this is going to be 1 range, get some production out at a second after adding maybe some farms.
You know what makes me think this might be 2 range? 13 on wood, right? Look at those vills by the TC. They're not on the sheet. They're actually on wood. That really makes me think this could be straight 2C play. 2 range play.
We'll see. Yeah, no, he should have just about enough. Yeah, 2 range right off the rip.
Feudal Age in for Ted, our Huns player, with that faster scouts production, so he'll be cranking out of that stable soon. Going with all small walls here, so maybe he was worried about the 18 or 19 pop Lithuanian up, but that's not what we got. We got a more standard 21 pop, and actually Kougri almost entirely walled at this point.
Yeah, that's the way he's walling. Doesn't give him a lot of space, but decent amount. He is walling out his gold, which is a very interesting play.
Might be thinking of towering it. That's my guess. Probably going to tower. But look at this. Sitaux is going for the 2 range play.
Yeah.
Actually dropping the ranges behind the berries. Interesting. I wonder what the rationale is for that. I'm sure there is. He's a much better player than me, but I do find that curious. Got a little scout engagement here.
Sitaux also added a spear.
Yeah.
Turn it in his favor. Gets 1 scout. His scout very low HP, but Kougri's scout is also right next to him. Kougria. So they're kind of teaming up here.
Pause for like 3 seconds. I think you're 3 seconds ahead of me. Pause at 11:45 if you would.
Okay.
All right, you're at 11:45.
Yes.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
All right. Yeah, we've got the only death so far was that 1 scout casualty from Ted, but Ted's got 4 scouts on the field here. Might be able to, let's see if he thinks counterattack or if he thinks defense here. Boy, he could be in a world of trouble if these archers get over. There's already 4 archers out, 5 archers out for Sitaux.
Yep, looks like the other side, Hannah, at this point, no archers currently out. 2 in the queue.
Yeah, Sitaux just got a crazy jump here.
That is a very stark difference.
He is choosing to play defensive, though. He's just chilling at the moment by the berries. Okay, moving out now. Nope, never mind. Just on patrol. I mean, I'm assuming he's waiting to get a blacksmith and fletching out.
Yeah, that would be the... Looks like his resources aren't quite there for fletching.
And here comes Ted. 5 scouts moving in on the gold.
3 tower around the gold.
Yeah.
Alright. No vill kills there. Couple HP.
Nice tower.
Alright. Looks like he did lose his scout in Ted's base. One spear attacking the stable.
All right. That's, yeah, a big archer advantage at the moment. 12 archers on the field. Ooh, engaging the spear. Ted catches that spear. Nicely done. He's got 7 scouts on the field. No upgrades at the moment.
Looks like scouts got into Hannah's base.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where.
There must have been a hole.
Lost 1, 2 vills.
Brutal. Right. Now she's getting archers hammered. They've got no fletching, so these archers very weak. She is fighting the other scout with her vills.
Doesn't lose another vill, so 2 vills down. I wonder where that hole was.
I'm guessing where that barracks is, maybe between the barracks and the palisade, or between the range and the palisade.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell just from looks on these hills.
All right, we might have a good engagement here by Sitau's berries. He's got 14 archers with fletching. Ted with 9 scouts. No armor, though, so those archers should have no problem dealing with this. And Sitau walled in the back.
Yeah, quick walls against the scouts, knowing that the archers are stuck in Hannah's base. Basically gives him free defense here.
I'm actually quite surprised how conservative Sitau's been with the archers, but he is moving out now. Looks like he wants to link up with Kougri. And, man, yeah, Ted, if he got some armor, could do some serious damage on the gold, I think.
Yeah, I mean, only 1 spear there and a couple archers to protect. Oh, looks like his scouts are getting hit by archers.
Oh, that's a lot of free damage. That's a lot of free damage.
2 scouts down, 3's worth of damage.
That's really tough for Ted. Yeah, he had great numbers.
Not many scouts out for Kougri, though. I'm assuming this means he's going to be clicking up very soon. He actually has 770 food at the moment, ready to click up very fast.
And there's that counter tower. I mean, the defensive tower going up on his gold.
Yeah,
surprisingly late. If Hannah had gotten out there, he could have been in a lot of trouble.
True. He did have eyes on her, though, when he got into the base, so that gave him a little bit more time. Sitau's archers camped out by him.
And actually, Ted first up to Castle Age, so he's clicked.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's very impressive. The amount of scouts he built.
Yeah, Kougri floating a lot of food. I think, was he maybe missing?
To click up now.
Was he missing the second building? Why is Kougri?
He's got it. I think he's just not realizing, perhaps. Too busy with the micro. The scouts. There we go. Clicked up.
All right, Ted's still working on getting full walled back at home. Yeah, it looks like we're not really going to see much action until Castle Age, although we do have Sitau's archers moving towards Ted's scouts. And Ted's just going to counterattack at Sitau's base, the only base that is still open at the moment. Man, Sitau's production is nasty. Back home, he's got 8 archers. At Kougri's base, he's got 17. And that's out of only two ranges, so he's been producing from very, very early on. Whereas, what are we looking at with Hannah? Yeah, 14 military to 29. So, really big archer advantage. Alright, Ted trying to break in on the side of Kougri's base. He shouldn't have a problem getting there to wall in time. Let's see, we got Castle Age on the way for Hannah. So Hannah's going to be up before Sitau. And I'm still just shocked by the lack of aggression so far. So, man, there really is a chance here for Ted to get some damage on Sitau. Sitau just now clicking. It's going to be a long time before Expo are out. So let's see, what's Ted going for? 3 stable. This might be a 1 TC play. Look how heavy he's going to gold here. 12 to gold. 3 stable. Yeah, he's going to be 1 TC for a while here.
Yeah, Sitau at the moment is at 17 on gold.
Wow, 17. That is unbelievable. For
no additional ranges added at the moment.
Right.
Doesn't have the wood for additional ranges.
Ted dives through the TC, but there's nothing to be had back there. Knights coming in on the front. They have +2 armor. Let's see what it does here. That is a lot of archers, though. Goodness.
Yeah, the time's ticking until he can engage that with these numbers, though.
Yeah, he's got to hit quick,
maybe 2 more knights, get the scouts in there as well. You might be able to take it. Looks like he's got 7. Only 2 knights out for Kougri.
He does get a Vil pick down on the farms. 1 Vil down.
All right, Expo almost in for Hannah, so these... No, the knights aren't going to her.
Ooh, I think this is unfortunate for Ted. I think Ted really should have dove on Sitau's archers there before crossbow was in. Because once those are crossbow, I don't know how they deal with this. There are 35 archers there.
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't have +2, I think the decision would definitely be good. Although this is quite a bit of archers.
It's so many.
Although now the pikemen for free as well.
Yeah.
So now this army just becomes that much more scary. Now it looks like he's still kind of trickling pikemen as well. Is getting a Vil pick. Alright.
We got
looks like Hannah
yeah.
masked outside Kougri.
Yeah, push on Kougri here. What's Kougri looking for? So getting the monastery down, just going too stable, so probably isn't going to have awesome production off the rip here. Sitting on, what are we looking at? 2 town centers? So definitely a chance for Ted and Hannah to get a little bit of damage here. I think they're probably going to target the stable. Yep, stable's out in the open.
Yeah, looks like there was a siege workshop. Oh, there it is again. Siege workshop going up on the hill. Looks like they're going to try to go pretty all in on Kougri.
Good. Yeah, so they're making...
Stable's going down.
This is good, forcing the action, because Sitau, if he had gone to Ted's base, Ted would be in a lot of trouble. They are pulling Sitau over here.
Worth noticing, Sitau is coming over, and ballistics just came in for him.
That's a lot of archers with ballistics.
Right.
38 archers.
No university up at the moment, so these are without ballistics.
What are her upgrades?
Huge knight advantage. Oh boy, looks like Sitau's getting the hill as Ethiopians.
Oh jeez, dude. Ethiopians with ballistics.
Oh, being pushed off the hill. I still think...
It's hard to know who got the better of that fight, honestly.
Yeah, I think maybe if Ted had gone just for the knights initially and then jumped on the archers, the fight would have been more favorable. Although without ballistics, trailing archers not the most efficient thing.
Yeah, let's see if Hannah's able to pop a mangonel here. Sitau's still with 38 archers, so basically the same number of archers he initially rolled in with. Hannah's sitting at 29. But again,
archers definitely in favor of Sitau, but knight numbers strongly in favor of Hannah and Ted.
I'm surprised they didn't try to pinch Sitau. There were no knights here. He had no meat shield. I think they could have gotten a really nice pinch on him. But now he's going to be by that TC. It's going to be harder to dive on him.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to do that.
Ooh, look at this. Sneak attack.
Hannah's archer's still on that hill. Ballistics in, so all the shots are getting landed.
We also have a small contingent of Sitau soldiers moving towards Ted's base. 5 pikes in the mix. Yeah, that could actually be a problem for Ted. He's going to need a decent little mass of knights to engage that.
Yeah. Looks like all Hannah's archers are being sent straight to the front.
2 mangoes, though. 2 mangoes in the siege workshop. Here comes Sitau's archers. Can she pop and get the damage here? They've got knight numbers. I think they should be able to keep those mangonels alive.
Yeah, I don't.
Kougri targeting.
Not gonna risk.
Oh no, she loses 1.
Oh, no shots.
That's
2 mangoes down.
brutal. That is brutal for her.
Yeah, Sitau's army camping in front of the stables, not allowing any more reinforcements to come over.
It's a nice play. Yeah, and they're going to break in. Look how fast the
wall is going to go all the way back.
Oh, brutal.
Quick. Just in time. Oh, nope.
Alright. Choosing to... Oh, he's going to have to move so many vills. Going to drop a siege workshop just behind his town center. But yeah, this little group of archers is going to idle his entire economy. He's still on 1 town center. Look at the
that gold should just dry up, so those will have to move anyways, but... So that's actually fortunate timing for him. This will very easily get cleaned, but the amount of damage that they're not able to inflict from this.
A lot of idle time.
And yeah, his entire eco.
Yeah, and just honestly, the time is so good for Sitau and Kougri because look at the Vil lead they have. Both of them have a lead over their counterpart. Ted was really banking on this 1 TC play, so this kind of time buying stuff by Sitau is really, really good for them.
Looks like Sitaux and Kougri pushing forward a hair. No, not quite yet.
Yeah, again, I'm surprised by how passive they're playing this. I mean, it could honestly just be they realize, I mean, they haven't lost a game yet in this tournament. And I'm sure they feel really confident, so they're probably happy to play rather conservatively, boom it out. And what are we looking at? What's the relic count here for Kougri? 1 relic. And now it looks like Mr&Mrs. is going to be changing gears, looking to attack Sitau's base. So Hannah's archers, 51 of them. She's got some numbers now. +2 armor. And
second TC being added for both Hannah and Ted. Yep, looks like they're heading straight for Sitaux, abandoning that forward position.
Sitaux with 21 archers at home, and somehow he knew this was coming. He sensed it. He's got 38 archers moving from Kougri's base over here.
That outpost gave him all the vision.
Yeah.
And especially an Ethiopian outpost, you get vision way farther.
That was a beautiful outpost. And they got this TC to protect that forward gold.
No knights heading over just yet, though. So this is entirely... The question is how to engage this with that many archers on both sides.
It's
buildings in the mix, free hits. I'm sure Thumbring is definitely in now.
And look at that micro. Earlier. Look at the micro for Sitaux. Like, Hannah cannot get a shot in on him. And now Hannah's lost the high ground. So Sitaux has the high ground from behind. These archers up here, Hannah's not able to touch. So Sitaux is making this a 1v1 situation. Completely neutralizing those archers of Hannah's. And alright, Ted has gotten the surround.
Biggest mass will still get cleaned. Man, the pathing on those knights.
These Ethiopian archers, they have machine guns, dude.
And bailing. Not able to clean. Now on a hill, Ethiopians has to bail.
Micro is sick. Fight. And they're going to pinch Hannah here. Hannah's going to lose so much. Oh,
no reaction.
Man. Alright, she reacts now. Ted comes in. He just can't get a surround on these archers. Sitaux is so good with the movement. This is unbelievable. It's a 2v1 situation for this entire fight. Not a bit of meat shield. And Sitaux is dominating.
Wow.
What did I
think
just
he's
see?
Gonna clean both armies.
What did I just see?
Both armies by himself.
That was unbelievable, dude.
And units all over Hannah's base.
Oh my gosh, Kougri's in. +5 attack on the knights. There must be a couple relics in.
3 relics.
Rip Oroni, dude. 2,000 point score lead. This game was only a few hundred points difference just a few minutes ago. But Sitaux with a masterpiece of an engagement. And now Kougri putting the final blow. I think we'll see the GG here pretty soon.
And there's a GG called.
Wow.
That's a situation where you see the Civ being used to full advantage.
Dude, I don't even know what to say. That was so impressive. I mean, that was far and away the most impressive engagement I've seen casting any game so far in this tournament.
Certainly did not disappoint.
No. Note to self. Never let Kougri play Ethiopians. He will shred you. So look at the KD here. 126 to 73 for Sitaux. Right? And that's all range units. Ted, 68 units lost, 43 killed. And those are tanky units. Those are knights with +2 armor. Look at the Vil count. Sitaux did all of that while also leading all 4 players in Vils.
Yep, he's on 4 TC by the end. 5 TCs by the end.
Wow,
that is wildly impressive.
It's so good.
Very far from clicking up, however.
Not
resources all very, very low.
Yeah, but think of how quick. I mean, sitting on 39 farms.
Yeah.
You idle just for a minute, you're up.
Curious what Hannah was looking at. See, okay, so Hannah had Imperial Age queued. I don't know if it was only queued for a second or if
She was at 6
because the
6%
game
when the game ended.
6%.
6%.
Okay.
So yeah, that's probably why she was playing pretty well. I'm imagine she was thinking, well, yeah, why did she click at that point though? That was after her archers were cleared. You're not going to gain a lot by getting to imp, right?
Very true. Maybe, I mean, at this point, a lot of times, especially I feel like mainly in the ranked games, you do see a lot of imp times closer to, 35, 34 minutes. So it's possible maybe she felt the pressure that maybe Sitaux was already clicked up, and she needed to. But with no army, I mean, you basically, I mean, you can't defend, you can't attack until you rebuild that mass.
One thing I thought was really impressive was Ted's castle time. I mean, he produced, what, 10 scouts out of the stable and had a 20 and a half minute castle time.
Yeah, yeah, I was very surprised. I mean, his counterpart, Kougri, he built maybe 4 or 5
Yeah.
scouts and was later to click up.
Granted, there was that weird kind of idle time because, I mean, remember, Kougri was floating, like 1,100 food.
That's true. Yeah. But I think I saw the moment. It was just about even in that case. Just very very impressive from Ted. I'm not sure if maybe he just skipped upgrades to go up.
Probably, yeah. Actually, he didn't
Still
have
had
any.
+2 when he got there.
Yeah, I think the armor came in. He went for the armor and bloodlines first, but I don't think he researched either of those till he had clicked. In any case, let's go to game 2.
Alrighty.
We're looking at Lombardia. I will go to 5 seconds and pause there. Let me know when you are in game.
Alrighty. All right. I'm also paused at 5 seconds.
All right. Give me one moment here. Taking a swig. And 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, Civs here. So Ted and Hannah, Mr.&Mrs. playing as the Burgundians and the Saracens. So Hannah as the Saracens, Ted as the Burgundians. On the other side, Sitaux playing as the Berbers, and Kougri playing as the Cumans. What do you like here, Civ-wise?
Well, I think for Lombardia, especially being easy to wall, easy to turtle, I think Cumans are extremely strong on this map. I mean, it is very difficult to stop when there's a Cumans boom. I mean, the Castle Age can be just overwhelming. Berbers, I'm curious to see what the play is. I don't know if it's just knights. I think perhaps maybe this is because giving the cheap knights, you can spam knights from both players. I'm not sure if that's what they're gonna do here. The other side, Burgundians Saracens. I think Saracens either maybe perhaps there's some sort of quick castle to get a quick boom, or maybe there's just the archer bonus to be able to break in earlier. Burgundians, I think, are pretty great for this map. Being able to research the eco techs earlier, since you do have the extra time, easy to wall. Usually you don't see much until Castle Age, so being able to research all those techs early, get a very, very nasty eco, and then produce after that. So curious to see what everyone goes for.
My guess here, right, because Saracens, it's a bit of an awkward transition into Imperial Age with them. Right? I would think if they're really thinking long term, you pick a stronger archer civ there. So this makes me think they want early castle pressure, right? They want the Cavalier on the field, and they want archers on the field early castle to try to break through. But on the other side, I'm kind of curious there. We could see early castle play from Sitaux and Kougri, right? So a 2 TC boom into crazy production, and obviously Berbers have their knight spam. I kind of think we're going to see something different, though. My guess, because, like you noted, it'd be a little weird if we're looking at 2 cav civs here from Kougri and Sitaux. If I had to guess, the Berbers player goes for camel archers, and the Cumans player goes for knight spam. Or it could be Kipchak on the one side and knight spam on the other. But I think we're going to see one of those 2 combos.
Yeah, that's very possible. The other thing not to rule out is, just thought of this with the recent patch. I mean, we'll be able to tell very soon, but can obviously get very early archers out with the Cumans. So if we see a quick click up here, it could be very early aggression. But that is a little more unseen on this map, as a lot of times the opponent's just walled by that time regardless. But I do think out of the camel archers and Kipchak, I think Kipchak would be more likely, just because probably won't see any sort of cav archer from the Burgundians or Saracens. It is possible with Saracens, they're not the worst cav archer, but more likely to go for either camels or archers, I think.
Worth noting, Sitaux with only 3 vills on wood. That does make me think we are going to see feudal age play here. Yeah, and going for loom. This is going to be 21 pop scouts for the Berbers player.
Yeah, and Kougri clicking up at 19 villagers. I'm assuming he's going to be clicking up. He's getting loom now. So this could be the early... I think it's typically 20 pop archers from Cumans, but maybe they figured out a way to make that even shorter. Let's see if he clicks.
It looks like Ted and Hannah, or one or the other, are having a lot of computer issues. I know this is something that happened because Hannah had... I had been chatting with her a little bit after their set, and she said in game 2 she had some pretty serious lag issues. So I think that's why we've been seeing all those
chat
messages in chat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So very interesting. 19 pop. Actually, well. Okay. So no, it is 20 pop. 20 pop Cuman archers is I believe what we're gonna see here, and then scouts from Sitaux.
I don't think this is going to be archers. I think this is going to be 2 TC boom. There's...
Really? Okay.
I mean, I would think he'd have a second lumber camp. I think this is going to be 2 TC. I think that's why he did build a second lumber camp. Okay. So they're just counting on Sitaux just dominating an early feudal here. He's buying time. He's buying time for his teammate to 2 TC boom.
And if you notice, only one segment of walls up for Sitaux and Kougri, whereas Ted and Hannah have almost the entire base already walled.
Yeah, they're definitely FCing. Oh no, Hannah's going to lose a vill here. She's about to lose this vill to Sitaux. He's about to hit. Yeah, here he goes.
Hopefully she does some quick walls here. He just hit feudal, so that scout is very likely to hit.
Is he toying with her? What's he doing here? All right, there we go. He's coming for the kill now. All right. So
yeah, no loom still.
Yeah, no loom. It's an FC, and she typed in chat, not walled. That makes me think she must be having issues with Discord. She's not able to communicate with Ted over Discord. She's chatting with him.
Wow.
So
yeah,
she
that
just
must be very difficult.
Oh, brutal. So yeah, she signaled not walled. Ted's telling her to delete something or other. Okay, those 2 wall segments. So he's going to try to finish walling here. Oh, Sitaux trying to snipe a house there.
Yeah, second TC for Cumans going up. One additional scout out now for Sitaux.
So they're going for some really minimal walls on Sitau's side. So look how easy it is going to be to finish the walls here.
Yeah, and nice. I'm assuming they're going to do very similar with Kougri's walls, maybe walled with that on gold.
Oh, dude, did you see that house? The house in the middle that Ted's trying to fix up, it got it down to like 7 HP. That was really close. All right, so Ted has done a really nice job here averting further damage. Hannah, of course, lost that 1 vill.
Okay, so it looks like full walled here for Ted and Hannah. 1 vill down.
So Hannah's KD, she's actually got 2 vills down. I'm thinking she maybe lost one to boar during all of the lag.
Okay. Looks like Sitaux canceled any additional scout production, only built 2 scouts. And he's going to be going to Castle Age from here.
Yeah, she's their full walled. Makes sense.
So Ted on the way to Castle Age. Hannah still not clicked up, but very soon. Had to go to gold a little late, it looks like. So that could slow her down. Kougri in full Cuman boom.
Yeah, and she got housed pretty hard there.
And Sitaux should be clicking up here in the next minute.
Yeah, so Ted and Hannah honestly aren't going to have castle times that much better than their opponents. Their opponents are going to have a much better eco. I mean, look at the Vil numbers. Kougri already at 35 Vils, Sitaux at 30, Ted at 27, Hannah at 25. So
yeah,
this could be a real flood pretty early in Castle Age. If you're Berbers here, yeah, I'm still curious to see. Let's see what res our players are on. So Sitaux not on stone at all. So it's not looking like camel arches from him. And no stone for Kougri either. Kougri going...
I think he could still go to stone. I mean, his food count's only at 200. No one on gold yet, so he's not close to clicking up. I mean, that with that kind of food eco, it will come in rather quickly, but he still has time to go to stone if he is going to go for that. But it looks like now sending 8 Vils, almost 7 Vils to gold.
Doesn't even have a barracks at the moment, so we don't really have any idea what he's going for at this point. And Sitaux still only 1 stable. What is the play here? Are they just going to boom? This might just be a boom fest here.
Heading Castle Age.
Look at the blocking. You see Sitaux blocking Hannah's scout there? That was nice. Alright. Castle Age in for Ted. He is immediately going for the Cavalier upgrade.
Yep, only 1 TC at the moment. Doesn't have enough wood for another TC. Looks like he's trying to get it.
Kougri at 48 villagers. Unreal, dude.
Alright, dropping second TC.
Alright, so Hannah getting a second range down, going for Expo. Ted, of course, going for Cavalier. And I am still very curious to see what Sitau's up to. Alright, so Sitaux 2 stable now. So we are going to see either camels or knights. What do you think he goes for? Camels or knights?
I guess... That's a tough one. I mean, knights... The knights are stronger in terms of rating, but the camels could counter. Looks like he's going for knights.
Alright, so Ted exiting the gates, gonna try to chase those scouts for a little bit, and here comes the first pressure of the game. Ted with no upgrades, though, on these Cavalier at the moment. Obviously, no bloodlines. Burgundians not getting bloodlines. No attack upgrades. No defense upgrades. So, not as strong as
coming in for Kougri, and he is on the way to Castle Age. Barracks going up now. Blacksmith already up. He got the market. Okay.
So a lot of free hits there for Sitaux. Sitaux has some camels in the mix. And those knights are just as strong as these Cavalier right now. With these Cavalier not upgrade. Actually stronger because they've got some... no, they should trade actually dead even. Alright, Hannah with 4 Expo in the field. Bodkin +1 armor. Yeah, but they got to push fast. They're on a clock. And Kougri is starting to go to stone. So I'm very curious to see if we're going to have kip checks. We got 3 stables going up from him. Double stable.
Interesting. Yeah. My guess is he honestly adds a 3rd, maybe even a 4th here. Yep.
Yeah.
So it looks like it will be double cav.
It's going to be effective because at the moment, at least, Hannah does not have very many archers on the field. I think she's a long way from being able to mass them up. And look at Kougri's camel numbers. He has the hill advantage here. Ted nicely dodges away. Still no upgrades for Ted either. Ooh. Alright.
Yeah, that fight, I think there's too many camels there.
Yeah, they're just gonna...
Not enough archers to tip the tide towards the cavalier. Looks like she's gonna lose the archers. He split the knights on the archers, camels on the cav.
Yeah, that's beautiful by Sitaux, mixing it up like that. And Ted, unfortunately, just has to cut his losses. He knows he has to run back. No sense losing 2 armies instead of just 1. And, yeah.
Despite those 3 stables built by Kougri, still no production out of them. Hit Castle Age. He has enough to click up to Imp. He is going fast Imp.
No way.
He has 1,200 gold, 1,200, 1,300 food. I think he just needs a build. He just needs a university.
He's got a monastery. Unbelievable, dude.
He going straight to Imperial Age here?
I think so. Sitau's like, dude, I got this. I'll 2v1 it again, just like last game. You do your thing.
Yep. There's the university. So he's going to go straight to Imperial Age.
What is he?
More than likely get Cuman Cavalier with plate parting.
Cumans, they have access to Paladin. They could toy around and go Step Lancer. Maybe he's just thinking going Hussar to supplement with Kipchak.
He has clicked up to Imperial Age at 24 minutes.
Yikes. And look at the Vil numbers. Ted at 53, Kougri at 69. Nice. Hannah at 38, Sitaux at only 44. So Sitaux is definitely going really heavy on the production here. Still 1 TC at the moment.
Hannah at 1 TC as well.
Yeah, if Hannah can get some more numbers out, they could engage this, right? Because, of course, camels aren't going to hold up that well to archers. Ted finally getting some upgrades in.
They do have enough to take this fight as long as it's coordinated together.
Yeah.
And Kougri still not producing out of the stables. Just getting upgrades, just working on eco. Just getting himself prepped, taking his time. 600 point score lead.
Yeah, all right. If you're Ted and Hannah, what's your win condition at this point? Right now, what are you thinking is the only way you can win here? Ted's got to be careful not to get separated from those archers.
At this point, you gotta pretty much with Lombardia, map control is a huge thing. Right now, you gotta get some map control, mainly just cushion to protect the base because the Vil lead. Hannah needs to add some more TCs. Get the boom out, get the imp, get the tech.
It's a great fight here.
Big fight.
This is hard to call. Alright, Ted finally has some, nice meat shield now. Feels like a pretty even trade, honestly.
It looks like, no. Looks like Sitaux is still winning, even with the archers in the mix.
And look at the surround. Perfect surround on those archers. There's nothing Ted and Hannah can do here.
Twice armies cleaned, opposing player in Imperial Age. GG is called before Kougri builds a single unit.
Yeah, there's absolutely there was no win condition, I don't think, when I asked the question. It certainly wasn't after the units were lost.
That game was a 1v2.
The
entirety of that game was a 1v2.
It was a 1v2.
Even Kougri's scout. Well, his scout has HP off it.
That was incredible. So he was on one TC, 4 stables. But of course he's got Berbers. Actually, let's look at the stats. Was there any slinging here?
That's a good question.
No. No slinging. So what was the eco difference for Ted and Sitaux? So Ted had 15 more vills. How many stables was Ted on? 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end.
Yep.
Hannah actually had a stable in the mix. I'm not. I wonder what that was for. I wonder if maybe she had initially thought Cav Archer, and then they bailed on that plan because of the camels. I don't know.
Could be a misclick.
That was remarkable
Yeah.
production.
Kougri, largest army, 1.
It's a starting
His
scout.
starting scout.
Wow,
So
man.
this was a situation where
There was one player playing Age of Empires, and the other was playing
Sims,
Farmville or SimCity. Yeah.
City. That is
Wow.
bizarre. Well,
And we know how good Ted and Hannah are.
oh yeah,
They beat us in
they're
a
not
one of
they're
the
not to
sets
be
last season,
underestimated.
and the times we've beaten them, it's been very, very tight. They're a
Yeah.
solid combo, and Sitaux just both games 1v2'd them and dominated.
Yeah. And I mean, I remember playing Ted in my very first set of the 1v1 AOE Leagues, and Ted made me look like a low elo legend.
That was a that was a
I was
brutal set. That was probably the
yeah,
most brutal set I've ever seen you play.
I was
To be brutally
coming off a
honest.
couple, I think a full week without playing, but it would not have mattered. That's but yeah, I mean, hats off. You're playing against some of the best, quite literally. So
Yeah. So GG, well played. And yeah, congrats to Sitaux and Kougri advancing to the finals, where they'll face up against the winner of Kokorakot and the Lonely Petards. And that match is this Saturday, 15 GMT. And yeah, I think we've only had maybe one other set played so far from the playoffs, so I will try to cast that sometime this week, and definitely would like to cast the majority of the playoff sets. I can't promise that I'll cast all of them, but I will try to cast the majority, and I'll try to drag HeuristicMagic into it, as many of those as I can talk them into.
sounds like a plan.
Thanks for being here, Connor, and everyone. You have a good night. Catch you later.
All right.